Good morning, viewers. This is Sage again, live from 𝐊𝐚𝐥𝐤𝐢𝐧𝐞 studio, and you're watching the Early Trades, a show where we share with you a glimpse at the Australian share market's opening trade, along with the global and domestic drivers pushing the market's momentum. So let's get started. Well, the Australian share market opened lower on Monday after the US stocks fell in Friday's session, and inflation fears raised concerns despite robust retail data and better than expected earnings report. And the retail sales rose by 0.6% in June, the Commerce Department said on Friday. While the second quarter earnings results in the US are broadly beating expectations, the forward-looking investors appear to be more concerned about the rising inflation since mid-June, which could prompt a sooner than anticipated tightening of the monetary policy. And besides that, the aggressive Delta variant is adding on to the worries of investors who had already grappled with concerns over inflation, central banks hiking interest rates and global growth. The three major stock market indices ended the previous week lower to snap the three-week winning streak, and the Dow Jones lost 0.86%, the S&P 500 dropped 0.75%, and the Nasdaq Composite fell 0.8%. The decline was mainly led by energy stocks as crude oil prices fell from the record highs on Friday. And the technology stocks fell by 0.97% on Friday majorly. Losses in cyclical stocks eclipsed the gains in the growth stocks after the Commerce Department said retail sales rose marginally in June. And while looking at the Australian market open trades, the bottom performing stocks in the index were Altium and Evolution Mining. Printed circuit board design business Altium entered in a trading halt post, dipping over 10% in the initial few minutes of the trade, and Australian gold miner Evolution Mining remained under pressure post announcing its financial year 2021 production results on Friday, which missed the guidance range. Then Alumina, Chalice Mining and 𝐊𝐶 Limited also edged lower, and the Australian share market crashed during the early trades, with material, energy, financial, telecom and IT sectors crashing more than 1.5%. And meanwhile, only the defensive healthcare sector was seen to be trading in the green zone. PolyNovo, ResMed and CSL were the leading gainers on the ASX 200. Moving on now, let us glance through the ASX sectoral charter. Well, the Australian technology shares traded lower during the early trades, taking cues from the weaker action of Nasdaq last week. The Nasdaq ended lower on Friday amid earnings season, dragged down by heavyweights such as Netflix, Apple and other big tech companies. Investors remained cautious of inflation expectations. And the domestic IT stocks Nuix, Altium and Nearmap slipped, while BNPL players Afterpay and Zip Co faced some green light, trading higher. And last week, BNPL sector was broadly under the pressure. Well, looking at the sectoral trends of the BNPL sector, with PayPal recently launching its Australian BNPL product and Apple eyeing off this booming sector, there are now two more big fishes in the ocean, and the local BNPL players may need to deliver value beyond mere payments to survive in this competitive landscape. And meanwhile, the Australian energy majors Woodside Petroleum, Santos, Origin Energy and Oil Search traded in the red zone amid the oil price downtick last week on the back of soaring virus cases. The Brent oil decreased 0.42%, reaching $73 US and 16 cents per barrel, and WTI crude was down 0.31% to US $71 and 41 cents on Friday. However, Iraqi oil minister Ishan Abdul-Jabbar said on Sunday that the oil market has seen an improvement in demand and a decline in surplus and stockpiles. His statement followed an agreement by the OPEC Plus ministers on Sunday to boost oil supplies from August to cool prices, which have climbed to 2.5-year highs as the global economy recovers from the coronavirus pandemic. And the group, which includes OPEC countries and allies like Russia, crucially agreed new production allocations from May 2022 after Saudi Arabia and others agreed to a request from the United Arab Emirates that had threatened the plan. And now let's move on to the miners. Space heavyweight miners BHP Group, Rio Tinto and Fortescue Metals traded lower, while the iron ore price retreated. Then in the yellow metals space, Newcrest Mining, Evolution Mining, Ramelius and Gold Road edged lower amid the gold price downtick. And the price of gold fell from 1 month highs after the US dollar strengthened and the gold futures settled 0.92% lower, while the spot gold price fell 0.8%. And now it's time for a short break, but please stay tuned. I'll be back with more updates from the Australian share market.
Tune in to get the latest information.
Whether it's about market movements or the currency graph,
Sectoral coverage or industry news.
we cover it all on our news segments.
Be on top of the latest news
With 𝐊𝐴𝐚 TV.
Good morning, viewers. Hope the morning's going your way so far. This is Sage, your host, live from 𝐊𝐴𝐚 Studio. You're watching the early trades. Moving on now, let us take a look at the prominent ASX stocks under the spotlight during the early trades. To begin with, printed circuit board design business Altium entered in a trading halt post dipping over 10% in the initial few minutes of the trade, and as per the media reports, Altium's takeover suitor Autodesk has formally withdrawn its $38.50 per share takeover offer. Then shares of Australian telecom giant Telstra Corporation dipped post confirming interest in Digicel Pacific. And well, following the media reports, Telstra Corporation has confirmed that it is in discussions to buy the Pacific operations of telecom company Digicel Group with the support of the Australian government, which would fund majority of the deal amount. Taking a look now at diversified Australian property development company Stockland, who traded in the red zone on buying Halcyon Group's land lease communities business for 620 million Australian dollars. And according to the company, this acquisition is in line with its stated strategy to grow the land lease communities and will increase the size of their portfolio to 7,800 sites. Meanwhile, this consumer finance business, Humm Group, rose on reporting net profits expectations of $68 million in the financial year 2021. It represents an uptick of 121%. And Humm Group posted record June quarter transaction volume of $774.9 million, which means a 57% hike. Its Buy Now Pay Later segment posted record transaction volumes of $305 million in the June quarter. It represents an increase of 68.7% on the prior corresponding period. And next on the list of newsmakers is Perenti Global, who soared on being awarded a new $280 million contract at Edouard Priem. The global mining group Perenti announced that its joint venture AMAX has been awarded a new $470 million Australian dollar 5-year contract at Anglo Gold, Ashanti's Iju Priem gold mine, located in western part of Ghana. And according to the company, the winning of quality projects with robust financial and commercial disciplines is a key strategic initiative in its 2025 group strategy. The next stock that deserves closer attention is Ioneer, who soared on being issued a water pollution control permit for its Rhyolite Ridge lithium boron project in Nevada in North America. And while Ioneer is an emerging American lithium boron supplier, and the permit represents the last critical state permit required before construction can commence at Rhyolite Ridge. As per the company, the grant of the water pollution control and air quality permits represents a significant milestone for Rhyolite Ridge lithium boron project. It further demonstrates that the unique lithium boron ore allows for the production of end products with minimal environment impact, including surface footprint, air quality and water conservation. Then the Cooper Energy said that its production for the year surged by 69%, while sales climbed by 94% and revenue rose 69%. And as we wrap up the show, I would like to share a glimpse at this week's action-packed Australian economic calendar. The major Australian economic data releases this week include minutes from July's Reserve Bank of Australia's policy meeting on Tuesday, June retail sales on Wednesday, and trade and quarterly business confidence data on Thursday. Lots to look forward to this week, and that is all for now. And we will be bringing you more trending updates in our upcoming shows during the day. Please stay tuned with 𝐊𝐶𝐴 TV for more live market updates across the economy and sectors. Sage signing off.